Assalamu alaikum. Hope you all are fine. Viewers and my respectable students, today the thing which I will be discussing in today's tutorial, that will be clauses. In the previous tutorial I have given a basic touch to clauses, and that was the topic difference among sentence, clause and phrase. So discussing that, I gave a lecture about sentence, and then I talked about independent clause, and today I'm going to discuss the dependent clause. So let's come towards the board, and the topic will be dependent clause. Dependent clause. This is the second type of a clause, and the clause has two types. The first one is independent, and second one I'm going to discuss. And keep one thing in mind, right now we are discussing scientists. We are rather in the branch of grammar which is called syntax. And what is syntax? Which is related to the formation of sentences and clauses. So let's come, what is a dependent clause? Let me explain it. It is a combination of subject and predicate it does not form a sentence by itself. It does not form a sentence by itself. It is totally unlike an independent clause that forms a sentence by itself, and it cannot. What does it mean? It means it always depends on other clause, for its complete meaning. Respected students, this is the definition. Once again, it has got the same elements like the independent clause. It has subject and predicate, but the difference is that it cannot make a sentence by itself. It will definitely be dependent on an independent clause, and definitely when these two clauses will be connected side by side, so we will definitely be discussing complex sentence. Clauses are basically discussed in the shape of complex sentence. And what is complex sentence? In which we have one dependent and one independent clause. Now, one thing you need to keep in your mind, one note which is really necessary to discuss. And the note is, a dependent clause is clauses introduced by the following types. And what are those? Dependent clause will be in the following clauses. Number one, adjective or relative clause. Number two, adverb clause. Number 3, noun clause. These all clauses have got their own types. So if you have knowledge about a dependent clause, it will be a bit easy for you people to get information about these clauses, because knowledge without, or if somebody is not having knowledge about the dependent clause, so he or she will definitely be facing problems in comprehending these things. Now the next note you need to keep in your mind, few important points. You need to give a title, important points. Number one, each type of dependent clause, each type of dependent clause has its own subordinating conjunctions. Subordinating or subordinative, both are same. Subordinating conjunctions. It means these are basically, the introductory elements of a dependent clause. In other words, a dependent clause is a formation of subordinating conjunction plus a clause. So when these two things will be combined, we will definitely face a dependent clause. Now, question arises here, if somebody is not having knowledge about a subordinating conjunction or types of conjunctions, even then it will be a bit difficult for that person to know the basic information of dependent clause. So let me clear one thing. I'm going to tell you something about the types of conjunction. Basically, everybody knows that what is a conjunction. Conjunction is a source which is used to connect two words, two phrases, two clauses, two sentences. But number one, now let me guide you people about the types. Very first type we have, that is coordinating conjunctions. And common coordinating conjunctions are but, and or. And second type is subordinating conjunctions. And there are so many. Some of them I can write if, when, why, as, after, etc. There are so many subordinating or subordinative conjunctions. Now I'm going to discuss the very first type, and that is coordinating conjunctions. And for that, I want this portion of both I will discuss. Rather, I will give a brief introduction of these conjunctions, because knowing conjunction is really very important. If you do not know something about these conjunctions, it will be a bit difficult for you people. So let's come. First of all, I'm going to discuss the very first type, and that is number one, coordinating conjunctions. I will write a very easy and a basic definition. These conjunctions These conjunctions are used to connect two equals. Now, what do we mean by two equals? And I would like to clear it. Means we will balance both the scales. Wow, तराजू के दोनों बराबर बराबर रखने हैं. Word to word. Number two, sentence to sentence. Number three, phrase to phrase. Now let me explain what I mean. For example, if I say Ali and Ahmed will come. So just say Ali and Ahmed. One word, second word, connected by coordinating conjunctions. Keep in your mind, respectable viewers, that if you change the places, if you bring Ahmed and Ali or Ali and Ahmed, coordinating conjunction is constant. It will not change its place. Its position is constant. It has no impacts of changing of these places. Sentence to sentence. I will play or I will go home. So just say subject plus predicate, one sentence, subject plus predicate, second sentence. So sentence to sentence. Now once again the same thing, respectable viewers, that if we change the places, I will go home or I will play, it will remain constant. That means it will not be moving. Rather, I must say, coordinating conjunctions are not the part of any of the clauses. If you change our sentences, if you change the places, the position will remain constant. And the last, phrase to phrase. What is phrase? Let me. In the evening, but not at night. What does it mean? Right now, this is one phrase. A phrase is a combination of words without subject and predicate. It does not give complete and clear meaning unless or until it is attached to a complete sentence. So just say, not at night, but in the evening. Change the places. The position of but will remain constant. So this was the concept of coordinating conjunction. Coordinating conjunctions are used to connect two words, two sentences, two phrases. Coordinating conjunctions are impartial. They are not going to be partial. They are not going to become the part of any of the clauses. ये किसी भी clause का हिस्सा नहीं बनने वाले. Now just say, respectable student, now I'm going to move towards the second type, and that is subordinating conjunction. Now, what is subordinating conjunctions? Let me explain it. Number two, now let me explain what is a subordinating conjunction. It is used to connect two clauses in such a way that it becomes the part of one of the clauses and the clause of which it becomes part that clause becomes a dependent clause. That clause becomes a dependent clause. Previously in the points, as I mentioned, dependent clause is a formation of subordinating conjunction plus a clause. Now let's have some examples. I'm going to give you some examples how. For example, if I say we will go there. I'm going to give you the example of a time clause. We will go there. So we will go there when. I'm going to use the connector of our subordinating conjunction of time. When he comes. So this is your independent clause. And this is your, now just check. When is a subordinating conjunction. It has become the part of this clause, and just because of this inclusion of when in this clause has made this clause a dependent clause. If you change the place, when he comes, we will go, it will keep on moving with that. Let me bring one example. Wherever I want, comma, wherever I want, I can play. Respectable students, now just say, right now I have brought my dependent clause. Dependent clause is the one in which there is inclusion of a connector, and this is a connector of place. This is subordinating conjunction, and this is your, just because of this inclusion in this clause has made it a dependent clause, and this is your independent clause. So this is a dependent clause, rather in other words it's a complex sentence, in other words is a adverb clause of place. One more example I would like to give you, and that will be we will have reached school when. Before the class starts. Before the class starts. Before the class starts. This is your independent clause. I have brought it first, and this is your dependent because it has subordinating conjunction or connector of time. I hope this lecture is clear for you people. Keep on practicing. In my coming tutorial, I will definitely bring a separate lecture in which I will give you plenty of examples of a dependent clause. So even if you have any sort of problem, you can comment me. I will definitely clarify my that doubt for you people. For today, that's enough. Just like such videos, such informative videos, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Keep on watching my videos, like, and don't forget pressing the bell icon so that you may not miss any of my videos. I will keep on bringing things like this for you people, and I need your support. And I'm really thankful for those people, those who are going through my videos and definitely getting benefits. For today, thank you very much. See you in next tutorial. Thank you very much.